a video, whatever. I'm a little, I don't know what to really. I'm a little confused, I guess. So many things are going on in our times. In any case, let's turn it around here. So, in any case, Rome is the mystery harlot of Revelation. Now, I guess not too many apparently know these things in our days. It's very sad. And people don't know who the Antichrist is anymore. I don't know how we could fall asleep like we have. Why no one is standing for the truth anymore in regards to these things. That Romanism is, the greatest deception created by Satan. And the Christians that should know these things have no idea. They have no idea that the last beast of the book of Daniel, which is the fourth beast, is Roman. And the little horn that comes up, on the beast and plucks up three other horns is Roman in nature. And this horn continues until Yeshua returns. And that's still future. Every single Protestant protested against the Antichrist. The Antichrist, the man of the number 666, is the so-called Pope. Or as the world also calls him, His Holiness, or, Holy Father and all that. He takes all these blasphemous titles upon himself. And he is the biblical Antichrist. Every person in regards of the office of the papacy is in that, position. And yet no one knows. And there's a lot of doubt out there about these things, yet the Protestants knew. The Protestants talked a lot about it. Kings talked about it, like the King James was talking against it. Just people, every kinds of people were talking about it. They knew who the Antichrist was and the whole revelation. They knew in regards to the beast, in regards to the Roman beast, that the little horn are persecuting the saints and thinking to change times and laws. This little horn, which is really very, what shall we call it? And not to forget, by the way, it's a clever horn. It is said that it actually understands dark sayings, things that can be hard to understand. So, and it's what is it called? Oh, I can't remember everything. I haven't slept yet and all that. But in any case, these things should be something we all know. We all would know, and yet, the world and the Christians don't know. One thing is to have the world not knowing that they are deceived by Satan. But when the Christians are deceived, that doesn't bode good, When you see the so-called Protestants running back under the wings of the Antichrist and into the system of the harlot, who is drunken by the blood of the saints, and who rules over the kings of the earth, Rome. And this wicked system, and people are just running back to it. Something is terrible, terrible wrong, and I have no idea how we could ever fall to this place where we have no idea about these things. It took me years to find out, of these things, and it should just be something that we all would know, that we were taught in the school or taught by our parents or, society as a whole, yet this is something that no one seems to know, or very few. How is that? How could that ever happen in, in a place like, for example, Denmark, where I live, which is said to be a Protestant country, a Christian country anyway? What has happened? How is it that no one speaks up about it? It seems very demonic. And again, the priest out there should stand for the truth of who Jesus Christ is and who the Antichrist is. But the thing is, one thing, is to know who Jesus Christ is, which is a very important thing to know. But I think the second thing to know, which is very, very important, is in regards of who the whole of Revelation is and the Antichrist. Because if you don't know that, you will run back to the Antichrist, as the Protestant sadly seems to do. It's very sad. How could we lose that information? Is it because we stopped reading the Bible or something like that? Is it because we don't read history anymore? Just look at the Protestants. Go back and look what they believed. Every single one of them pointed to Rome and the Antichrist in regards to the so-called Pope. I guess that was the big move when they began to find out who the Antichrist was. The ball began rolling, and it was spreading like wildfire, and people was reading their Bibles. And yet, with all that, what shall we say, with that great movement that, moved in beginning to go in the, sadly, 500 years down the line, and we still have issues. We have had like 500 years to correct things in regards to the Lutheran Church. Of course, maybe it's because it's a state church. But Sunday is the first day of the week. It's not the seventh day of the week. They still believe in the false cookie Jesus, those Lutherans. As I understand it, Luther didn't shake that doctrine of him, and we have continued to apparently just continue doing these stupid things, which when we actually have the Bible to read, and we have had like 500 years, there's no excuse for continuing to do these things when we have had the Bible to read for 500 years. And we haven't corrected these things. Actually, we've gone in the wrong direction. Actually, we're going more and more in the wrong directions. Is it because people don't care anymore? Is it because many Danish people are now atheists and evolutionists? Because we didn't stand for the truth? And thereby we lost it? 82% of the people in Denmark believe in evolution. Evolution is a pagan satanic lie, a deception. Yet a lot of Danes believe it like it was the truth of truth. And, you know, if you do not believe in evolution, it's like you are made fun of. It's just people will look at you as insane and all that. And the thing is, it should be the other way around, because evolution is a lie. And I guess, I was one of them, years ago. Um, it's very sad to see. It's very sad to see that this is the case. In a, you know, if we have around 70% of the people believing Denmark is a Christian country, well, why are we still doing, why are we believing in evolution? Why are we keeping Sunday? Why are we keeping Christmas, which we call Yule? Why are we keeping Easter? Why are we keeping Halloween? Which is, rather new, but, it seems like every time a pagan thing comes, just take it on board, but don't do the things in regards to the Bible. How is that working around if we are said to be a Christian country? Besides that, we also love pork, right? The problem is the pork is an unclean animal according to the Bibles. Shrimps are unclean as well. Lobster is unclean. Crabs are unclean. Mussels are unclean. Yet we persist in, eating these things. And of course, we have a huge problem with food slaughtered to Satan as well in our days. We really need to shake some things off our backs. And we have so many things to fix, to say the least. Because we are just drowning in pretty much our own puke. It's only getting worse, and it's only going downhill, And, how can we say we're a Christian country when we don't research and read the Bible? And when we don't do the things and, just 500 years. The idea of the Reformation, which became a protest, was not to stop, it was, the idea is to continue on the right track, to continue to pull rope from Satan. The idea is not to just, okay, we get this right now, not further and all that. No, the idea was to pull as much rope as we can, because the more rope we have, the less likely it is for Satan to deceive us. Because it's easier to hold on to the truth than to, regain it. Because then you need to research a lot and try to find out what is actually going on. It could take a long time. But if we just have the truth, and keep a hold on it, it's a lot easier to keep. But we failed. We pretty much have failed in these aspects, and we are pretty much. It seems like we just, the rope. We just, we just slipped the rope, in some sense, and Satan have taken so much from us. Again, we don't even know who the Antichrist is. And many people don't even know who Jesus is, How could we get so far away from the truth? What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? I don't know. It's very sad. And now people are running in so many directions, doing what is good in their own eyes. And yeah, pretty much following the broad way that leads to destruction. I don't understand it. I don't understand how it could happen. How it could be, how we could end up in so much silence that we don't have anyone nearly speaking about the Antichrist. It's so, every single Christian should know who the Antichrist is, should know who Yeshua is. And yet, we see the Christian Protestants, which should, they're running back. They're not really protesting. They're running back to the guy that the Protestant protested against. And it's just, how is that ever? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. How they must, the Jesuits and the demons, have been very, very, very effective. And it seems like no one, I don't even know in regards of any known Danish in regards, of course. Oh yeah, we have some of the older material. It's very hard to read because it's old letters and all that. But besides that, it's like it's just silent. We don't know anything. Just running back to the Antichrist. If you want to find the Antichrist, just look at where the Protestants are running to. Because they're now running to the man that, our ancestors protested against. Now the Antichrist is apparently just a sweet old guy that apparently is believed to be Christian. He's a wolf in sheep clothing. What did Yeshua warn us about? Wolves in sheep clothing. And, you can see them work, luring the people back to this man of sin. It says, as also, the son of perdition, the man of the number 666, the Roman emperor, the Pontifex Maximus, the high priest of sun worship. Interesting. I hope people will wake up at some point. It doesn't seem like the people is interested in these things anymore. So I don't know if anyone will actually begin to awaken that this is actually very, very, very bad. That this doesn't really, really look good in regards of the truth. So, yeah. Very sad. So, yeah. I guess. We have so many issues to fix. And we can fix them. It's just going back to the Bible, Just trash the evolution ideas. But it doesn't seem we have that many actually standing up for creationism, that God created everything in 6 days and rested on the seventh day. Yet that is what the Bible says. It doesn't say millions and billions of years. And it's astonishing how blind people actually are, because if you look in science actually points to someone that created the things. and yet people can't see all the things that we now have found out by science in regards of we now know that we consist of a most complex DNA code, and we have DNA codes everywhere. And the thing is, who programmed those advanced codes? And they will say, oh, they just came into existence. Oh, really? So let's see, information just came out of nowhere. It's like a computer program just making itself. Oh, okay, that sounds like not very sensible. The logic seems to have been flying out the window at that point. We can see all the biologic, what do you call it, technology in regards of the biology, in regards of animals, in regards of us, what is inside a cell. There's more things happening in one single cell than the whole of New York. And we consist of millions and billions, I can't remember the number, but and we observe these things by science. We can see all these, technologies in our body working, these machines or these functions and this complexity and this, intelligent design. And yet people are blind and want to reject that there's any possibility that maybe a creator created creation, or maybe there was a programmer that programmed the program code, or the program, or that there was a designer that designed the design. In science we have a cause and we have the effect of the cause. Now we see the effect in regards of creation. Why it's so hard to go on concluding that the cause, that the most possible cause that, there is for all the things that we now perceive and know in regards of science that we can observe, and that there might have been a most intelligent creator and designer and engineer and programmer behind all these things. Why is that so hard to conclude? When we have so much evidence, we find technologies in everywhere in nature, in animals, in different kinds of animals, in us, and we have these clever, intelligent, educated people trying to lure the technologies of nature, which was created. They see something and they try to recreate it. And the question is, who created it in the first place, We have so much in our days, and how can people be so blind to think, oh yeah, there was this miracle in a pool of mud, and it became alive by a miracle we never have observed in a laboratory. Yeah, people want to believe that instead of a creator. It's just outrageous, And then this pool, when it became alive, then, evolving and all that, and over 3.8 billion years as the fairy tale goes, and here we are. Oh, the thing is, we don't have 3.8 billion years. You don't have enough time, for that. That's a lot of issues with 3.8 billion years. There's a lot of issues all around, actually. The world is only around 6,000 years, which actually I think is pretty old. And looking at how fast we can corrupt things, it's, doesn't really take that long for us to actually go in the wrong direction. It seems to be something we do all the time, actually. Oh. Anyway, so the whole of Revelation is Rome, and the Antichrist is the so-called Pope. Huh. You better find out, the truth, and read the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation, and begin to find out. Because this world is going in the wrong direction, and we need more people standing for the truth, because there's a lot of deceivers out there that tries to get people in all kinds of direction and all that. So it would be nice to see more people waking up and studying the Bible and beginning to stand on the truth. If we are not going to stand for the truth, we will lose the last bit of truth that we have. And then we will be in even a worse condition than we already are if we don't turn around and begin to take things a little seriously. If we don't take things seriously, we will return to the Antichrist and Satan, the old snake and dragon that deceives the whole world. If we do not, fix some light in the world, the whole world will return to the Antichrist. Yeah. So, of course, we have the book of Daniel and all that. Let's see if we can, maybe we can find something. Okay, let's see here what we have. I'm getting tired, but can't really sleep. It's just take the King James. Well, we could also take the other one, but in any case, the book of Daniel. Book of Daniel is there. That's like 12 chapters, but again, you can't really be, you have to be careful of those chapter things. Again, I don't know if he was drinking too much of all the wine or whatever, but some of the places that chapters have been inserted just seems like total disaster. We have in regards to the fourth beast, let's see where that is. I think it's like chapter 6 or something like that. Let's see. Where he has a vision. Nope, maybe 7. Different from one another, fourth beast. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible and strong, exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. Now, so it's different from the other 3 beasts. And if we actually look at the Roman Empire, as far as I can see, we have the Babylonian, the Medo-Persians, and we have the Greeks. And they are all kingdoms, as far as I can see, from what I know of history. The Roman beast is different that it actually has not only a kingdom, it begins as a kingdom, but it has many other forms of government types. Anyway, so that might be one of the reasons why it's different. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days, that would be God, did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool, his throne like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. I beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and given to the burning flame. Now, when Yeshua comes back, he will cast the Antichrist into the lake of fire. And, he represents the Roman beast. So if you can find the Roman emperor, you pretty much have found the pinnacle of power in this world. Anyway, so it goes on, as concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and a time. And I guess, we still have, what shall we say, we still have some of the, I guess, the Babylonian system and the Medo-Persian system and the Grecian system, and in some way, we still also see these things in effect in regards of course, we see the beast itself in the book of Revelation actually having the characteristics of these 3 beasts as well. But we still have like Greek, right? And we, as I understand it, Medo-Persian, we have these different things from these, what shall we say, beasts. So let's see, and we of course have Latin in regards of the language of the, Rome. Anyway, I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. So here we have a Son of Man coming to the Ancient of Days. And later on, it seems like, the Ancient of Days is actually coming, and then, you have these 2 entities again. But anyway, yeah. And there was given him dominion and glory and kingdom, that all people, nations, and language should serve him. Now, who would that be? The Son of Man would be Yeshua, and Yeshua is God himself. And it seems he's actually also called the Ancient of Days. So again, we see these 2 entities, being one and working together. And there was given him dominion and glory and the kingdom, and all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. And we're still awaiting Yeshua's return to come and set up the kingdom here on earth when he destroys the Antichrist and the false prophet, I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. Anyway, let's jump a little, I think. Let's just continue. I came near unto one of them that stood by, and asked him the truth of all this. So he told me and made me know the interpretation. These great beasts which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth. So a beast represent, a king or a ruler. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom, that would be the ones believing in Yeshua, and possess the kingdom forever, even for ever and ever. And again, the fourth beast is still in effect in our days. So, we still have something to look forward to. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast. So he's going directly to the beast that we are actually interested in our time. The fourth beast, which was still diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron and his nails of brass, which devoured, brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the others which came up and before, whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake very great things. Let's see what word. Okay, still very great. Great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. Let's see here. Stout is like great. Okay. It seems is this the same word or something like that? Not sure. Anyway. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them. So who have prevailed against the saints these last couple of hundreds and hundreds of years? Well, Rome, the Antichrist. Until the Ancient of Days came. Now, again, funny enough, that seems to actually be talking about the Son, also being called the Ancient of Days. So we have the Ancient of Days where the Son is coming to, and here the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. As far as I understand it, it seems to me that it's talking about Yeshua, because that's the one that we are expecting to come. Anyway, I might be wrong, but anyway, that's how I see it, as far as I can see. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. So again, it's a different kind, and again, if you see it in regards of the Roman Empire has had different kinds of ways of running it, but it started out as a kingdom. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings, or 3 kingdoms, and he did. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. Who did that? Well, the Antichrist, the Roman emperor. Why do you think we have all these false doctrines and dogma? Well, because of the things of Rome. And they shall be given into his hands until the time and times and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. So of the Most High, whose kingdom, yeah. And of course, we're talking about Yeshua here. He's the one coming back to rule the world. Hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cogitation much troubled me, and my countenance changed in me, but I kept the matter in my heart. I thought there was something in regards of more information in regards of this. But anyway, the fourth beast is Roman. We also have the statue, having the gold and the silver and the bronze, and then the iron, which represents Rome. And then we have the iron clay, which, as far as I understand it, we are in those times in our days. So we are expecting the rock destroying the statue, So, Yeshua returning, Oh, well. Anyway, here we have some more prophecies in regards of. There are some different views in regards of the little horn here. If it's actually talking about this Greek guy or actually talking about Rome. What is he called? Newton believed, it seems to have believed it was actually Rome. I'm not sure in regards to the translations. There's something I need to research more. But there are two options. I would think it would actually also be Rome. Isaac Newton believed it was Rome anyway. So there might have, there might be a wrong translation in the. I don't know. In any case, there's two options. Because if we look at it, it could, but the problem if it actually comes out of one of the, Greek, see here, if it comes out of one of the Greek, what shall we say, kingdoms, then it's a little hard of actually being Roman, because Rome is outside these areas as far as I know. But some of the data in it just seems to fit Rome. So let's see here. Okay. But then the first king, of course, is Alexander the Great, and then his kingdom breaks up, and four stood up for it. For a kingdom shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power. And then it says, in the later time of that kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the fall, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. And I think that might actually be Rome. In regards of understanding dark sentences, seems to suggest that this is a clever one, that he is not stupid. And he shall stand up, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. Now, some believe it's actually, what is the guy? There are two options, or maybe the prophecy is like a, more like a double. I'm not entirely, but again, there are two options on it. What is he called? The guy, I can't remember. But anyway, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And that seems to actually fit in regards to the Roman Antichrist. So I think Newton was correct in regards of this actually being, in regards to the Roman horn. But, there are in regards, Yeshua is going to come and pretty much destroy the Antichrist. So, anyway, I'm pretty tired, so my brain is not working that good. Anyway, I just wanted to make a little thing. In any case, study the book of Daniel and study the book of Revelation. If you haven't read anything in regards of the Bible, I would suggest reading the books of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John to find out who Yeshua actually is. Begin to find out about that. But in regards of prophecy, the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation are two very important books. And the Protestants, began to unlock these things and found out that the Antichrist was actually the one that thinks he's the head of all Christianity. Now, of course, the true head of Christianity is actually Yeshua, or Jesus Christ, not the Antichrist in Rome. Anyway, I guess Boker Tov, good morning, and I think I'll see if I can get some sleep. Anyway, have a good day, all of you, and begin to research a little, There's a lot of things that, we still, there's huge amount of things that we can dig forward in regards of truth, and and the more the merrier, standing for truth. Anyway, have a good one.